Hello and good morning, everybody. I am Tiffany with Voices for Independence Fitness and Activities. I am here to share another wonderful recipe with you. This week we are going back to basics for all you beginner chefs out there. We are going to learn how to make the traditional grilled cheese sandwich this morning. So the recipe I found for you, I did some research and looked at different techniques and popular ways of putting together this simple but tricky recipe, and I found one that I thought would be wonderful to share on here for all you beginners. So what you're going to need for the recipe is 3 simple ingredients. You're going to want some butter, bread of your choice. A firmer bread seems to work a little better, but we have a whole wheat bread at our home today. And then a cheese of your choice. We're going to use some deli American cheese today, but if you want to use a shredded cheddar or a Swiss or Gouda, that is fine too. Any cheese will work for the traditional grilled cheese sandwich. Now, what you're going to want to do to begin is heat your stovetop and your skillet to a medium heat. So if you're using a gas stove or even electric and you have those little numbers by your dial, you're going to want to put it on a 6 or a 7. And you're going to want that to come to temperature. Now, after looking at several different recipes, because I know everyone has their own way of making that grilled cheese sandwich. Some just put the butter right in the pan and put the bread in. Some people butter the bread. I was a pan butterer to begin with. That's traditionally the way I typically do it, but I found this awesome recipe this morning and I tested it out because I'd never seen it done this way, and I think it's a great idea. So what you're going to do as your pan is heating up, you're going to take your butter, and as some people do, we're going to butter the bread. You want to evenly spread it out, making sure you get the whole surface of the bread. Again, making sure you have washed your hands before we're working with any food. But in this recipe, what's a little different is they want you to butter both sides of the bread. So we're going to go ahead and butter the other side of the bread as well, making sure we get a nice thin layer across in all the corners, because we want that even, nice golden crisp to our bread. So then I'm going to go ahead and butter the other slice of bread as well. And we remember, we're buttering both sides of the bread in this grilled cheese recipe. It can get a little messy, but in the end, it's going to be oh so good. I know that my favorite part of the grilled cheese sandwich is that golden, delicious, crispy crunch that you get when you take the first bite. So once you have buttered both sides of your bread, we are going to go ahead and put them in our skillet. And you're going to want those to come to a golden brown. So we're going to leave them in there for about 2 minutes, and you can adjust your heat accordingly. As that is toasting, what you're going to want to do is get your cheese ready, because once it's golden brown on that side, we're going to flip it over and then we're going to add cheese. I know, it's different. Some of you may have tried it this way. I never have. I never thought to brown the one side of the bread to that crispy golden texture and then flip it and then put the cheese on so it was crisp all the way through. I'm loving this idea, and I tested it out and it is wonderful. So we're going to give it a second. You can use your spatula in your pan to check your bread to see if it is crisping up yet, and you can adjust the heat as needed. Be careful though with butter, or if you're using an alternative oil especially. Oil heats faster than butter and burns at a much lower temperature, so you want to be careful not to burn your bread. So you do have to keep an eye on your grilled cheese. Although it's a simple recipe, you still want to be aware of what you're doing and not walk away. So we're going to just give that another few seconds here to see if we can get it to brown up. Like I said, there's lots of different ways to make grilled cheese. No one way is right. So if you have ideas or a special trick you have to make that perfectly golden brown grilled cheese, please share it with us. I'd love to see other ideas as well. So now what we're going to do, once it turns golden brown on the one side, we're getting that nice golden crisp. We're going to flip it over. And now you can hear our pan's really getting the temperature now. It's starting to sizzle a little bit with that butter on the other side. And since our one is already flipped, we are going to add a slice of cheese to the one side that we have already flipped. And then our other one should be ready momentarily as well. So now that we're letting the cheese melt a little bit, that flip side is already heated up because it was facing down on the pan. So it's a great way to get your cheese super melty. I know before I would just make the sandwich, put it in the pan, flip it back and forth, and lots of times my bread would be golden brown before my cheese even melted. So this is a great technique. Now we're going to flip that other piece over. As you can see, it has that nice golden brown texture already. So we're going to flip it to get the other side nice and crisp. As we are waiting, we're going to add our other slice of cheese. I know the old adage, you can never have enough cheese. And when it comes to grilled cheese, I think that's the one time that it's actually true. So you're going to want to let it brown on the other side as well, just like we did the first time, occasionally checking it for the golden brown that you so desire. And when it's getting closer, we are going to combine the two slices together. Right now, they're just sitting in the pan browning. And we're going to make it into a sandwich and then start flipping it back and forth to get an even toast to our grilled cheese. So our other side is looking done. I don't recommend using your hands, but I'm trying to show you for educational purposes here. The bread is hot, so be careful if you do that. All right, so we are just waiting for our other side to get nice and golden. It's on the way there, and we're almost to the end of the creation of our first perfectly golden brown grilled cheese sandwich. So that's all there is to it. Is you can take it out, and then you can slice it into triangles, and it'd be a delicious lunch for you today. Here where we're at in Erie, Pennsylvania, it's a little chill to this morning. I actually had a hoodie on just up until a little while ago. Had a slight chill in my kitchen with my door open here. So, but it is a nice break from the extreme heat, but I'm not rushing the summer away. So there you have it, our lovely golden brown grilled cheese on both sides. And let's slice it open here. I'll put it here. I have some already made that I tested out this morning, so it does work. It's a very consistent recipe. Sometimes you do something and the next time it's not as quite as great, but this is the third one I've made, and so it does work well. It's a no-fail recipe, seems to be. And you can see the cheese is nice and melty on the inside there and oh so delicious and golden brown on both sides of the bread. I cannot even imagine. That was always my favorite part. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope that you're gaining some confidence for you beginner cooks and chefs out there. And give it a try. It's a great recipe. Everybody loves it. So I hope you try it out and share your perfect recipe for how to get that ideal grilled cheese sandwich. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you again later. Have a good day.